Hello, my Aries friends. Welcome to the first ever Zodiac reading. I will be starting with the Aries as it is their solar return right now. So this can also apply to you if you have Aries energy in any of your main planets. So that could be your moon, rising, Venus, or even North Node, or if you have a stellium in Aries, check your chart to see if you have 3 or more planets in the sign of Aries. That will make this reading all the more potent for you. So I did just cleanse each of these cards, and I ask Source to flow through me now to provide a clear and concise reading for the Aries collective. I ask my spirit guides and any of the higher ascended masters and archangels who have anything to say to the Aries collective to come in now and help guide this reading. So we'll start first with the overall energy of what this reading will be about. Building blocks, and it came out in reverse. That's interesting, with Imagine at the bottom and Poised in reverse at the top, which has been coming up a lot. So maybe those of the Aries energy who are watching this haven't been ready yet to make the big changes that they would like to be making. Maybe they have come across some sort of roadblock, and that could be related to the coronavirus. It could be related to any life circumstances. But with the Imagine card coming up here, I do feel like it has a lot to do with mind. So the way that your thought seeds have been planted is not conducive to maybe what you would like to be seeing in your life, and that's why you might be running into roadblocks, because with this card coming in reverse, it does feel more like a block than really building. And so with these two cards here, I'm definitely getting the vibe that there needs to be some sort of mental alchemy happening here. Hero, tell me a little bit about the blocks. What's creating these blocks? Thank you. So we have the Devil in reverse on the bottom. That can be overcoming addiction, food addiction, drug addiction, sex addiction, social addiction, now that we're all in quarantine. And that might be where the mental anguish, I almost want to call it, is coming in, that is creating these blocks. I have the Queen of Swords, the Two of Swords in reverse, and the Queen of Wands in reverse. So I definitely feel like you're cutting something out. You might be cutting meat out of your diet. You might be cutting out drugs or alcohol from your life. You might be cutting out sex. You might be cutting out toxic relationships. That there might be a period of withdrawal with that. And it seems to be really challenging. But with this process, I'm seeing here that you'll be having some sort of breakthrough. You'll suddenly know the way forward. With the Two of Swords in reverse, it's like a blindfold is being taken off. So whatever it is you're letting go of has been what has kept you maybe feeling confused or torn about what it is you should be doing. And I think that whatever it is you're choosing to cut out, then definitely it was the right decision. It may have been divinely guided, and you have guides who are here wanting to support you through it. And while it may be difficult, with this Devil energy here, and the Four of Swords is behind it, which makes a lot of sense with the quarantine. So like not having any distraction as you're going through this withdrawal phase. Not having any other way to distract yourself, because you might just be sitting at home and getting stir crazy, and it's like, well, it might be making you want to do other stuff that you may have struggled with, patterns that maybe you've outgrown might be coming back because you don't have this other way of coping that was maybe helping you stay away from that. So you might be seeing these other negative ways of being, negative to you, arising. And you may be feeling disempowered with her in reverse. But on the flip side of this is all going to lead you to become more empowered and more strong, and to have this inner strength to be able to move forward and take on challenges in the future. So, what is the clarity surrounding this Two of Swords in reverse? What is the clarity about with this Two of Swords in reverse? The Seven of Swords. So whenever I see this card, I think of getting away with something. I'm going to draw a couple more. What is this Two of Swords in reverse? It's the clarity coming in for the Aries collective. Okay. So that's interesting that this is also dealing with this Five of Pentacles energy has been coming up a lot lately. So the Five of Pentacles in reverse, for me, definitely comes across as overcoming lack. So this could be dealing with a career change, something that can bring you more stable income. Something that will help you to expand. I'm going to get a little bit more clarity here. We have the Temperance next to it, which makes me feel like you don't really have to wait very long for it. And I also see that as, again, that internal alchemy. The Two of Pentacles and the Two of Cups fell out, which I feel like is finding the inner balance between your feminine and masculine. Overcoming anxiety with the Nine of... Oh, just kidding. Oh yes, healing inner wounds. So the Nine of Wands is like the wounded the wounded healer, wounded warrior. I think of Chiron. So I don't know what Chiron is in right now, but check that out. It might be affecting your chart right now. I see the Four of Wands, which is like a happy ending, and it makes me think of the 4 degrees of Aries that this new moon was in. But there is a theme of balance here, because I saw the Two of Pentacles here, the Two of Cups here, the Chariot with the Yin and the Yang, and the Four of Rods, and all of them are very balanced. So, excuse me, something about balance here, and finding that balance will clear away the fog and leave you with all of these cups to choose from. And when you clear away this fog with releasing this double energy, suddenly things will become more clear, is what I'm seeing here. Tell me about the Seven of Swords, the Hierophant, someone may have been untrustworthy, and I almost felt like I should have had this in reverse. So you might be moving away from something like that and moving towards the Hierophant, which I would generally read as like being a part of a new group. It could be a new workplace, a new friend group, a new religious group, maybe a new like temple. Like maybe you're gonna go check out like a Buddhist temple, even a new yoga shala, a new artistic group of people, or even a more traditional way of doing things. Yeah, I think that's kind of what I'm getting here a little bit too, because the Hierophant is like the traditional way of doing things. And with this Temperance card in reverse, this could also be like, yeah, not having to wait for it. Like it's coming in really quick here with the Eight of Wands and the Temperance. And I feel like this more traditional way of doing things is what will, or this new group. I think it's going to be different for different people. For some of you, this new group that you're coming into is going to help restore the sense of prosperity in your life. So, if it's like a yoga shala or a Buddhist temple or something, the high vibrational energy that it's bringing into your life is going to help you bring more of that prosperity into your life, because it'll open up your heart and help your vibration to raise. If it's a more traditional way of doing something, and he's pointing at the Two of Swords in reverse, literally, so not being torn anymore, then I feel like this could be talking about even like going to college, doing a job that is more mainstream, maybe that you had never thought about doing even, and doing things more so by the book than in the alternative way. So, two very different paths. I feel like they could be for two different people, or they could be two aspects in one person's life, since we have the Two of Swords, the Two of Cups, and the Two of Pentacles that all came up. I also see the correlation that there's the Eight of Wands here, and there was the Four of Wands before, which is half of that. So I do feel like this will be something really beneficial, especially down the road. In your life, it'll be something that brings you a lot of joy and happiness and help you in fulfilling your dreams. What is this Eight of? Oh goodness, not what I wanted to ask. You know what the Eight of Wands is if you're watching this. Whatever it was that you thought of, you already know what it is. What's coming in for you? What is this Three of Wands in reverse? Five of Cups and the Seven of Cups. So yeah, I think that this has to do with a little bit of the inner alchemy, and because this clearing away of the fog with the Seven of Cups came up again. So I always see this Five of Cups as crying over spilled milk. So it's almost as if, a couple of bad things have happened in your life, and it's prevented you from seeing the two beautiful full cups that you still have up here. And it's understandable when, things are hard, and things are hard for a lot of people right now with the coronavirus. A lot of people are struggling and out of work and don't have anywhere to stay. And, things are very unsure in a lot of people's lives. But really what I'm getting from this is that probably this, whatever it is you're letting go of, is making it a lot harder for you to cope with these spilled cups, because before that was your pacifier. You might even be feeling a little bit crazy and unbalanced right now because of it, which is normal. There's also the Three of Swords behind it. So for some of you, these spilled cups may have been a betrayal of sorts. And now you might be a single lady, because Nine of Pentacles is at the bottom of this. That's just for some of you out there. But yeah, this really is pointing to maybe you're feeling stuck right now, really, with this Three of Wands in reverse. And that's okay, because when you get past that feeling of feeling stagnant, this new and beautiful thing will come into your life. But it is really important right now to keep doing the work to overcome this devil energy, because it is really clearing up this mental state, this Two of Swords energy, this Seven of Cups energy that are just so cloudy and unsure and questioning all the time. I feel like you're coming out of that time. And it has a lot to do with your mind. So, Aries too are very powerful, very potent creators. So, relating back to these first oracle cards that we drew, if you dwell on the negative, you are only going to get more of that. And sometimes we can't help ourselves. When shit just keeps hitting the fan in our life, it can be really hard, especially if you're also getting over an addiction at the same time. But Spirit is always walking with you. And so, once you've really allowed yourself the time to dwell over the spilled cups and allowed yourself to be in a lower vibration, just know that being in that lower vibration is actually helping you, because if you were vibrating higher, then, this Eight of Wands, which is like heavy Aries energy, in my opinion, very fast moving, impulsive, quick energy, you might be bringing in your negative thoughts to you really quick if you're vibrating higher. Whereas, if you just let yourself sit in that lower energy for a little bit, it'll ease the transition. Now that you don't have the pacifier, it'll ease that transition so that when you're feeling strong again, you can come back into your full power, and then manifest what you want. And then you'll know which of these cups it is that you really want. But you just need to let yourself have that time. Everybody needs that time. We do have 5 cards here too, so it does feel like there might be a lot of transition and change. That's usually what I think of with 5. It also is, I believe, the house of Leo, so things could be a little bit dramatic. Both of these, the 5 of Pentacles and the 5 of Cups. So yeah, accept your low vibration and know that it's not permanent and that life is always going to be in waves, especially if you do have water in your chart that's prominent. You can't always just be vibrating at 100%. Sometimes you need to take it down a notch, especially when you're going through a lot. Obviously, don't just stop taking care of yourself, but also don't hate yourself because you're not at 100%, Okay, so Spirit, and the guides of the Aries who are watching this, please give a couple of cards of guidance of what to look out for and where to look for you. Where can Aries look for you in their everyday life? At school, to clarify this Hierophant card for some of you. Childhood, home, and gift. The gift is the present. The present is the present. At the bottom we have guide, follow in the footprints of greatness. At the bottom we have naked, dare to bear all. Okay, so let's take a look at these. Examine your beliefs about being tested is what it says at the bottom. I feel like this is a confirmation for those of you thinking about going back to school, to do that, definitely, whatever that means for you. I also think that if you're not leaving the house, this could be to be reading the books that you have been meaning to read, and that those could be bringing guidance to you. I'd like to read, this is a fairly newer oracle deck, so I'm actually feeling pulled to read what the book says. It's a pretty short description. For some of you, it is as simple as that this Hierophant and the traditional way of doing things is going back to school. And remember, these are the cards for where to look for divine guidance in your life. You have a highly individualized curriculum for life. In order to grow to your fullest potential, you've orchestrated the aspects of your life that are testing you right now. You knew long ago that you would emerge through these trials brighter, better, and wiser for the experience. Remember, you have access to the Hall of Records and the teacher's manual that has all the answers to the problems currently grading on you. You have paid the intuition, and you have the combination to the locker that contains the resources you need. With this realization, hold your head high as you walk confidently through the halls of the university called life. I love how punny this book is. Seriously, it's so witty. Now, in a dream, school signifies a learning phase in your life. This dream may reflect a job or relationship that is testing you. You may also feel under scrutiny, examining the truth of who you really are. The first cut is the deepest, and school dreams may harken back to the first time you felt pressured to make the grade. These dreams may be helping you to remove your heavy backpack of insecurities so that you may graduate into a more empowered future. Most people who have reoccurring school dreams are highly driven, success-oriented individuals who are constantly testing themselves. Sounds like an Aries. In other words, I've never met an underachiever who had this reoccurring dream. Oh yeah, heavy Aries vibes. And your mantra is, I am making the grade with flying colors as I continually earn higher degrees of wisdom in the school of life. That's beautiful. And if any specific images within this image stick out to you or any colors, just keep that in mind. I notice this definitely with the Aries energy. It's like the only fiery thing in this whole card. Okay, so next we have childhood home. For some of you, you may be returning to your childhood home. Others of you, I definitely think that this is a call to get in touch with what you loved as a child, maybe as a way to cope with, the double energy that you're overcoming in the process of or have recently overcome. This could bring back the happiness that you felt when you didn't need those pacifiers because you were a happy child. This could also be related to what you want to study, maybe what you wanted to study as a child. Remember where you're from and who you really are is what it says at the bottom. Now I'm also going to read this one to you. It's really funny because I have one really prominent Aries friend, and this whole thing is really resonating with what I know of what she's going through in life. And girl, I know you're watching this, so let me know what you think. Take a trip down memory lane to Assuage. You're longing for belonging. Your true home doesn't have a physical address, yet it is a residence of resonance. The home you grew up in, the one with a physical address, whether it was harmonious or not, was a container for your valuable cellular essence and memories of innocence, vulnerability, and magic. You may have climbed out of the window and run away long ago, but in order to feel grounded in your life today, reminisce your core residence. Maya Angelou said, "You can never go home again, but the truth is you can never leave home, so it's all right." Okay, now if you dream that you were in your childhood home, it means that even though you were an ever-expanding being, your primary imprint of self is often represented by memories contained within the walls of your childhood home. When the action of your dream takes place there, this means that you may be processing unresolved issues that imprinted during your formative years and are evaluating old belief structures. You may be grappling with a situation in your current life that is bringing up old feelings so you can put the story to bed once and for all. As they say in 12-step programs, take what you want and leave the rest. Your trip down memory lane may be attempting to ground and reconnect you with a more innocent and authentic aspect of yourself. Yes, you guys, you release the devil and you can come back to that innocent child that's within you that just wants to love and explore and have fun and do what they love without any restraint. Your mantra is, I take the familiar essence of home sweet home with me wherever I roam. How poetic. This is really beautiful. It reminds me of the Three of Wands card too, where the traditional card is a man standing overlooking a beautiful scene with his staff, wearing his cloak or whatever. So I definitely feel like you're coming home to yourself as you're releasing this heaviness that's arising. Okay, and then the last card we have is gift. Be present. And I'm going to read what this has to say too, and then I will salute you on your way. Gift. Let's face it, you are God's gift to this world. It's true. This is not grandiose, it's actually considered humble to accept this. So take in a deep breath, open your heart, expand your mind, and unwrap the blessings that have your name written all over them. Take your treasures off the shelf and incorporate them into your life right now. Allow any issues of deservability or unworthiness to be dissolved. Remember, your greatest wisdom and talents have come at a cost, and you have finally earned the blessings that are now beginning to arrive, seemingly out of thin air. So with this and childhood at home, saying that, there were learned beliefs, and then with that Five of Pentacles in reverse under it, I definitely feel like this could be the inherited lack consciousness that I feel like has been very present, that a lot of us are sort of overcoming right now, thinking that we have to do or be a certain way to pretty much just survive. And I think that this has been shifting since last October, when the lunar nodes shifted and we went from the northern node being in Capricorn, which was like survival mode, and trying to heal and recover from our past, to Cancer, which is, prosperity and warmth and feeling at home and comfortable. So I think that the collective has sort of been shifting a lot, and this could be referring to that too. In a dream, dreams of a gift symbolize an insight, an opportunity, or even a pregnancy. If you dream that you're giving a gift, this signifies that you are appreciative of something or someone in your life. If you dream of receiving a gift, this is a message that you are being recognized, acknowledged, loved, and appreciated by others, and most importantly, by yourself. Your mantra is, I am present in the heart of now, constantly sharing and receiving unexpected windfalls of grace. I am present in the heart of now, constantly sharing and receiving unexpected windfalls of grace. These are your colors, sweet little Aries. Be ready to receive. And just be conscious of where you're keeping your mind at this time. Really try to focus on the positive things that you have going in your life, because it does feel like you're in a time of blessings, even though there's a lot of other stuff that you might be struggling with. So, yeah, I am going to peek just one more time at this building blocks card that came up at the beginning, and I want to see if there's anything else in this book that I didn't say. I'm going to read it, okay, and then I'll send you on your way, because there might be something that the author says that really tickles something in you. Now is the time to address the cracks in the foundations of your life. Perhaps your values have changed, and it's time to strengthen your convictions and let go of things that no longer serve the vision you have for your life. Or perhaps you choose to ignore the signs that a situation or agreement you have entered into is not right for you. Remove the rotten pieces and reinforce your core moral strength and integrity. Now is the time for rigorous honesty, for you are called to renovate and upgrade your consciousness. You will be so happy when you do. Spirit has a spectacular blueprint for your life, far beyond your imagination. Don't be afraid to replace what's not solid. So yes, that is all I have for you, my beautiful Aries collective. Happy birthday to you, and please enjoy this season. There are so many beautiful things coming forward. And yes, if you would like any personal readings, I will leave the link to my website below. Happy birthday. Thank you for watching.